Three Listens Live, I'm Michael Vanover. We are changing gears, but we're talking to a face very familiar with the show. Larry Weiss joins us from Elder Advisors. Larry, how are you?
Hello, Kentuckiana. It's a beautiful Monday here in Kentuckiana, Michael.
That's right. It's
good. There's Steve over there.
And of course, Steve Langdon from CLLB Law joins us. Steve, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for being on.
Not good to see you.
Do I need to
not
leave
good to see you.
Guys just carry on?
I mean, well, I'd be better show if you did.
Michael, that was good. John Ramsey would have never said anything that cutting.
You're right.
No.
I'm filling in for John all week.
You're doing a great job. You're looking good. Lumberjack good. That's how good looking you are.
Thank you. Larry, okay, so I know you're on a regular basis with us, but again, always love to recap all the things that Elder Advisors does.
Yeah, in a nutshell, Zach, what camera? 12. I love 12. Folks, don't go broke in a nursing home. We're doing our workshops tonight at the Hilton Garden Inn, 6 o'clock. Having a lot of positive buzz today with the people going to freeworkshop.com and calling in at 855-LARRY-55. I'm very pleased, knock on wood. I don't want to be superstitious. And, of course, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. for the Indiana folks at the Hampton Inn on Broadway. Beautiful weather. We're pretty much back full stride now with the workshops every month, so you don't go broke in a nursing home because you don't have to. I have a passion for this stuff. Anybody that knows me knows I'm high energy. No surprise there. But fundamentally, I love what I do. I'm truly blessed. I'm living. I'm not existing. I've got 5 great people that work with me every day. Autumn, she's pretty much our star now, helping families with placement, transition to long-term care. Fancy at the office, the account executive working with families at the Indiana office. Suzanne, Tim, Elijah. Just having the time of my life, love what I do. But for us to protect all the assets for a husband and wife, or for a single person to protect half of those assets. You know, Steve and I were talking in the green room before the show. It probably looks easy from someone standing back looking at it, that it's easy, but it's really not, because we need the legal component to make that work. For families to protect all the assets, for husband and wife if one spouse goes in, or a single person, we can protect half the assets. And that's where we do need the skill set of superstar elder law attorney Stephen P. Langdon. Take it away.
I was going to ask you to do that. You already did it. It's your
Steve's very shy on camera.
Yeah, why do you always bring Steve with you?
Well, because honestly, I'm not an attorney, and there's a lot of things I can do. I don't do legal. I'm not an attorney.
And you need some eye candy on the show.
You are a good-looking man. I don't mind telling you.
Yeah, I mean,
Zach thought we were dating.
No, he did not.
I'm like, Zach, stay in your lane, Zach.
So, Steve, why is it so important to work with Larry and to do what you do?
Well, it's important, not as much for Larry or Elder Advisors.
The partnership,
and I love the people,
the relationship.
Yeah, I love the people at Elder Advisors. Sure. I'm a little wishy-washy when it comes to Larry Weiss. But
our breakup's been rough.
Fair enough.
But you got to help the clients, because I've been there. I mean, I've been there where I didn't know what to do and watched my family lose everything. Not my family, watched my brother lose everything. I've been there. I've gotten what you call the barbershop law, which is, hey, you got to spend down to less than $2,000 to get benefits. And none of that's true. I mean, just none of it's true. It would be like paying your full bill on your taxes without taking out the deductions. I mean, you've got to take advantage of the rules so that they work for you. Nobody at Medicaid is going to tell you that. Nobody at the state's going to tell you that. You're not going to find it typically on the Internet. Your neighbors aren't going to understand it. And what's worse is, I just had this happen last week. I had a young lady reach out. It was a daughter for a husband and wife. The daughter reached out to an attorney for the county in Kentucky who told them that there was nothing they could do. That's just flat wrong.
So I want to hear both of your answer to this question. Why is that the problem? You guys are on here weekly, screaming from the mountaintops. Why is there such a disconnect? I mean, I feel like you guys are the ones that are really spreading the good word. Why is there so much confusion? Why are they getting answers like that?
Well, because you have a lot of attorneys that do a lot of different things. Look, if you came to me for a family law, how do you do an adoption? How do you do a divorce? How do you do a bankrupt? I don't have a clue. Problem is, you have a lot of attorneys out there who like to pontificate on things. They like to just throw out some answers. And the fact is, typically, they don't know what the answers are. This is all I do. This is, I think, all you guys do. This is it.
Is that the same problem, Larry, from your perspective?
I think on a human component, speaking to the lady that Steve was talking about, I think a lot of times they're told what they kind of wanted to hear, which is there's nothing to do, which translates to there's nothing for you to do, so don't worry about it. Just spend it all down. And in a sad way, it's kind of like, well, okay, then I heard what I thought I wanted to hear, which is I don't have to worry about it, I don't have to deal with it, I'll just spend down all the money. But the reality is that's not the case, but you have to make an effort to get there. And when people come to the workshops tonight and tomorrow, I usually open up with 3 key questions for families. And I tell the families, they don't have to be honest with themselves, they don't have to be honest with me, but it's kind of important they're honest with themselves and their family. And the 3 key questions are, does anybody have someone in a nursing home now or about to go? Hands will go up. That's crisis planning. They're burning through $8,000, $9,000 a month. We can help. How many families have a loved one that's getting some home rehab? They're kind of checking in on mom all the time because they can't really leave her alone, that they might have to think about a nursing home issue in 3 to 6 months. Other hands will go up. That's pre-crisis planning. There's things that we can do while mom and dad are still at home on a financial level. We can get things lined up in case the other shoe drops. And then I'll tell the audience, okay, folks, I've had 2 questions. The third, everybody else's hand that hadn't went up should go up, or sometimes they'll go up yet again. And then the third question is, how many people have been through this in the past with their family or know a family that have, or simply want to avoid it for themselves and give themselves peace of mind? The remaining hands will go up. That's pre-planning. So all 3 of those variables we can help, but in almost every case we need the legal component. That's why I'm always glad, seriously, to have Steve Langdon from CWLB Law here, because he is an Elder Law superstar attorney, and Steve actually has a nice personality.
Personality.
Well, you know what? Honestly, that's true, because most people are adverse a lot of times to sitting down with attorneys, because for some people, they've never sat down with an attorney.
Right.
You know, and their only exposure to attorneys watching some old reruns on TV. They're very nervous and they're guarded. But Steve is quite affable. I had a client years ago say, you know, Steve could tell me no, and I would thank him. And I mean, that really says a lot for how Steve works with families, because he disarms them. He just kind of explains the situation in ways that they can understand it. And that's why I think Steve is successful doing this.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's a legal aspect to all this, and there's the financial aspect to all this. But there's also that interpersonal part of it as well. I mean, there's a lot of stress on these folks, and you really do need to be able to sit down with them and have just an honest, open conversation. Makes them comfortable, makes me comfortable. We can have a conversation about what's there, what needs to be done, and then just give them options.
And there's one thing that nobody's doubting watching at home, and that's both of your passion for this. Yep. And I think that's a huge part of it, because you said the interpersonal connection and everything else. So anyway, we've got more to get to with these guys. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens Live. Stick around.
We wear them on our sleeve.